Hello, everyone. A very warm welcome to another exciting episode of Psychology Talks. And today we're going to talk about the nourished mind, food, feelings, and the science of well being. More often, we eat daily, but we don't realize that food is also a fuel for our life and fuel for our mind because what we eat directly actually shapes our life and shapes our thinking as well. It is directly connected with emotions, mental well-being, and I would also say that somewhat spiritual well-being as well. And that's the very important topic. And I'm so honored today that I am here with Chef Shagufa. She is a dear friend, and for the first time, that someone from Jeddah is also joining us. So she has a very powerful journey. She's truly an inspiration because the way she made her dream manifested, it's all because of her resilience, her struggles, and her will to say no to all challenges and to make it happen. So I'm so honored to be joined by Miss Shagufa Afsha. She is the owner of Taste and Tales, first female chef from Pakistan to own a restaurant in Saudi Arabia. And her journey is the example of resilience and overcoming challenges and manifest her dreams through her hard work and dedication. So, first of all, thank you so much, Chef Shagufa, for joining us today. It's really an honor.
Thank you so much, Amreen, for having such a nice introduction of me. And as you are my friend, and I think that's why the love and affection is shown through your description about me. Anyways,
Yeah.
I'm very, very thankful and grateful that you, as a female, can relate my struggles and my resilience towards my goal and my achievements. Thank you so much for having me.
You're most welcome. I actually gave a very brief description and a brief introduction about you. So just tell our audience about your journey, that how you started, what struggles you face, and what actually you're doing these days.
Well, to be very honest, being chef, I never thought of in my wildest dreams that I will be a chef because I am an educationist. I have done my double masters in linguistics and literature, and I used to teach. I did my. I'm born and raised in Karachi, Pakistan, and I did my qualification, of course, the degree from Karachi University. I taught PhDs English language,
Wow.
and I was a teacher at City School. So that is, and I had business English also in ICMA is the institute in
Wow.
Karachi, and this is very new thing for all my colleagues who were with me as a teacher. I had moves with my husband. My husband was working as a director, manufacturing director in a very good, renowned international company, PNG, Procter and Gamble. So I had moves. I had stays in different part of the world, and that brought the chef thing alive because my husband was a foodie. And to be
Wow.
very frank, I never rolled a roti in my entire unmarried life. Yes.
Wow. I can relate.
Before, yes,
Yes.
it's very surprising when
Wow.
I share my story with people, and that's why I tell everyone that nothing is impossible. If
Mm.
you can confront your fear, if you can confront your challenges, you can be what you want to be. So this is all about being chef. It's is a total different thing for me and for my family, and it's just because of my husband. He supported me a lot. He is a foodie and he loved food. And my friends, everyone, they used to like my food. I started basically, learning things. Started cooking in Nigeria just after
Oh.
my marriage. I moved to Nigeria. It was a transfer from the company. And there, basically, I started learning food because I never cook before my marriage. So it was very difficult for me to roll the roti, to do the things in the right way, and having a husband who's a foodie. So my neighbor basically was the Jordanian lady, and I started learning the Arabic cuisine. Side by side, there were so many Indian friends over there. and or elderly, as I was a newly married, person. So they used to treat me like a baby. They used to treat me like, their daughter. So they taught me. And then I used to have a very big kind of, that time in 2006, there was a big antennas, dish antennas. So
Yes.
in my in my compound, my husband installed that big, dish, and I used to watch Masala Channel and GeoTV, then Shiri Auntie. They used to be my I used to pick the recipes. I used to pick what they are teaching, and I started uh, doing it in just 1 year's time. When no, almost 3 years. Yes, in 2009 I came back to Pakistan, and that was for the first time I started basically cooking and posting the pictures on social media. My first social media platform was Facebook, and I started posting the pictures. Whatever I used to cook, I used to be very overwhelmed, and I used to feel so proud of myself that you see I cooked it and I'm presenting it so well. I started putting the pictures, used to invite my friends, and they really loved my food. In Nigeria, also, there were different parts of the world who used to come to Ibadan. PNG plant was in
Yeah.
Ibadan, so I had British, guests. I had guests from UK. I had guests from USA. I had guests from Middle East. So there was so many people coming to my dining table and enjoying my food. That was the thing that clicked me that yes, I can cook. And the journey went on. When I came to Pakistan, my friends, my family, my sisters pushed me to make the page. So Moments by Shagufa was the first page on Facebook that I created. It is almost 15 years now to have that page, and I have more than 40,000 followers on my page. And my fans and followers, they used to follow my recipes and everything. My husband pushed me, if you cook so well, if you present so well, why don't you get the degree and qualification? So my first ever qualification as a chef was from Masterclass Pakistan, is in Karachi. And there I represented Pakistan for the first time in Dubai. I took the female lot with me. There were five, six, Masterclass students, and I led them. And we all represented Pakistan for the first time ever. The judges were so happy because we represented our culture on the plate. I was always a desi person, by heart. I used to love dress myself in shalwar kameez and bangles and jumkas and my nice kolapuris. And especially when you are representing yourself abroad, I really wanted to bring my culture alive through my attire, through my plating. So we all did desi plating. We showed Pakistani cuisine or South Asian cuisine, and we
Yeah.
really did well. The judges were very, very surprised. So this is how the journey, went on and on. I got gold medal. I was the distinct, chef over there. The institute hired me as a teacher also while I was studying. So it's an honor for me. I used to teach students over there at Masterclass Pakistan. Then I did the R&D of Shangri-La. Is a very famous brand of
Yeah.
Pakistan. I did their R&D, research and development, recipe designing, and all. I used to take cooking classes. I
Wow.
was associated with Masala and Geo Channel. I'm honored that Geo Channel invited me from Saudi to do
Wow.
the Ramadan transmission. All 30 episodes I did over there. It's an also privilege for me because there are so many people living in Karachi, but the Geo people gave me the honor, and then I went to Canada to fulfill my dream that once I am excelling in this culinary institute, I should get the best. So I joined Le Cordon Bleu.
Oh.
There, I serve in their signature restaurant. Le Cordon Bleu is the world's most prestigious institute of culinary management. So I was the only, Pakistani who was serving the South Asian, the Pakistani cuisine. I did from amuse bouche till the petite four. Amuse bouche they call first bite, and the petite four they call the last bite. I was the one who was plating my cuisine.
Wow. Wow, that's so amazing, and it's so inspiring that how I mean I love the way you transform from like
Yeah,
knowing
it's a,
nothing about like cooking to something like to someone like people are looking up to you and learning from you. I mean, I've tasted your food, of course. It's so delicious and it's so mouth-watering, and you feel like having it again and again. So I know that I can vouch for you that you cook amazing, and people must, I mean, those especially who are in Saudi Arabia must visit her restaurant, because it's really like serving the authentic cuisine, authentic taste, which we hardly find it here. So that's really amazing. What I really actually I can relate what you said, that before your marriage you didn't know how to cook, and that's I can relate, because I didn't know even how to cook as well. But when I got married, then I actually realized that I have to cook. I mean, I used to just like, especially before my marriage, I used to cook sometimes, maybe like a dessert or something, occasionally, but not as regularly. I didn't even know that. I didn't even know the names or these spices. Like if I had to add turmeric in the dish, I didn't know that how would it taste like. So I was completely blank. But then, like that I got also develop interest in it, that I really like to cook. So I can understand that how you actually develop the passion. And as you said, that nothing is impossible. It's all about being passionate about it and being determined to make your goals, to achieve your goals and make it happen. And that's what you are exactly doing. And I got a really nice comment here by Pranthamanian. Sorry, I cannot Pranthaman Leon. Okay, if I pronounce it wrong, so please, I apologize for that. But it's saying that really very nice important part of the great mental health resilience is the ability to mentally and emotionally adapt to stress, trauma, adversity rather than avoiding hardship. It allows you to bounce back, maintain psychological well being. Crucially, resilience is not an in, inherent fixed trait. It's dynamic skill that anyone can develop over time. So, absolutely, I completely agree with you, and thanks for your nice comment. Okay, let's come back to Shagufa. So I know that you share your journey, that how you develop interest in it, but tell us about that, how you establish your restaurant here, because it's not easy, and I've seen that your struggles, that and your challenges that you've gone through. And mashallah, like you, I'm so happy and I'm so proud that you actually within, like, I think 6 months you opened another branch in another city, which is really amazing. It's an incredible work. It really requires a lot of hard work, which you've shown. So just tell us about it, that about your struggles in making that dream come true.
Thank you once again, Amreen, for introducing my restaurant to your audience. And I would like to invite everyone who is listening me live. You are more than welcome to join Taste and Tales. And the name also has a story behind it. As I told you that I worked, and my degree is from Le Cordon Bleu. The chefs were French, and French are not into the spices. So the
Yeah.
very first day when I joined my class as a culinary management student, it was also very difficult to join their superior course because I was not their student from, the primary stages. So my husband was the one who was sending all my degrees, my qualifications, my medals and accolades, and pushing them that I deserve the superior course because I was already did a lot of courses before joining Le Cordon Bleu. So they went through my courses, they went through my CV and everything. And then after a while, they decided to give me the admission in their superior course. So I'm honored for that also, that they consider me as eligible for the superior course because there was no one from Pakistan who was doing that course. When I was there, I was the only lady from Pakistan. So that was the first day, and I took my rabri kheer, our kheer,
Yeah.
the rice pudding. is basically embodies the happiness and the festive mode. Whenever we want to celebrate something, we make, like, desserts, and kheer is one of, like, them.
Yeah.
So I took it because it was my first day. And to my surprise, my chef told me that you need to be very careful. This is not India. As you know, Pakistan and India, we all are similar. So he told me that, just because of my skin, he told me that, be careful. He didn't even know whether I'm from Pakistan or from India. He said that, be careful. This is not India, and people don't like spicy food. So it was not a happy, comment. And I felt very bad because it was my first day and I didn't take any spicy food. And that day, I made myself, like, determined that I have to tell my chef that it's not chili that makes our food. It's
Yeah.
rest of the spices, the combination. We call it, like, garam masala in our language.
Yeah.
There are so many, like, flavors we can mix and fuse and create a very nice dish. And alhamdulillah, in, like, 6 months time, my chef was eating my very humble street food pani puri, and he said his spice is good. And I was featured in Ottawa channel with all my USPs. The executive chef of Le Cordon Bleu, he came to my station and he said, whatever I cook, the aroma, the texture, the flavors are so distinct. And he said that I want to learn from you. That
Oh.
was the biggest, like, reward for me as a student of the most superior institute of culinary management. And he did this, and it all happened because there was a person behind me, and it's always, my husband. When I was very shaky, when I was very down, and I didn't like when my chef told me that a pani puri is not a good idea to serve the French and Canadians. I had to prove myself as a chef, and he told me that you have to produce gastronomy. And in that, like, category, he said, show me the spherification process. So what is the spherification basically? The outer should be hard. I tell all this story to my guests who come and join, like, Taste and Tales, because, I really want them to get inspiration through all that struggle and challenges I went through. When you are not in your country, when you are not surrounded by the people who understand and relate to you, when your chef is saying that whatever you are doing, they don't know about it, and you are doing the mise en place, the preps, the preparations all alone,
Yes.
standing
Yeah.
from 6 a.m. in the morning till 10 p.m. in the night, and you have to serve 70 guests or, like,
Oh.
80 guests, and you are serving so many dishes, and you are going to plate every single, like, dish meticulously, single serving for 70 guests, and I am doing 3 to 4 dishes. It was not easy. It was not easy, and there was no one with me who could understand what is going on in my mind. And when your chef comes to your station, before you are firing, we call fire. Fire
Yeah.
means service. So when the
Okay.
waiters are there to pick my dish, my chef comes and tells me that you need to be very careful. I don't think it's a good idea to
Yeah.
serve
Oh.
pani puri as a first bite. They call it amuse bouche. And it's verification. I told you, outer should be hard and inner should be one bite, mouth bursting flavor. So
Oh.
pani puri was the best example for me to
Yes.
show as, like, South Asian person. So this is
Yeah.
what I did. And I was so tired. I was so down when he told me. And I talked to my husband, and he gave me one example. He told me, like the horse, he had blinders. We put
Yes.
blinders around so that you don't see, the horse doesn't see sideways. So
Yeah.
he told me, focus. Whatever you are good at, just do that. Have faith in Allah, have faith in God, and do
Yeah.
what you are at. Your, like, just be yourself. This is what he told me. And he gave me the example of raven and eagle. That is also very dear example. And I
Yes.
always share this with my, guests who come. There's so many guests who come with their daughters, and they say, we really want our daughters to listen to your story. And is mind blowing when my guests respect me, give me honor, and share my stories with the rest of the people. That was the moment when I got emotional, when my guest called me, who is the chef behind all that dish. I serve my pani puri, I serve my resha kebab, I serve my, rabri kheer. These are all my USPs. Gulab jamun also, they, the people, they really like the gulab jamun. These are all our desi, cuisine. And my chef called me in front of the guest. I got the standing ovation. I got the applause. I was featured to Ottawa Channel. So the example of eagle and the raven is very dear to me. When you do something, there are so many people who bug you, who nag you, who try to pull you down, who are negative, around you, who don't believe in your, strength, who don't know who you are basically. So you're not supposed to, get discouraged, or you are not supposed to get demotivated. So that was the time when my husband supported me. I have 5 kids. I was sitting alone in Canada. He told me, go explore yourself, do your best, whatever you do, excel in yourself, in your field. It's not only that you are professional and you are getting degrees and you are doing something like, some qualification. Even if you are a housewife, even if you are a mom, 24 hours, job we do. So this is not about only for, working women. This is for everyone. If you are doing something, excel. Try to excel in it. Try to put your heart and soul in it. And this is exactly what I did at Le Cordon Bleu. And, I was rewarded for my hard work. And I'm very, very thankful. My chef was very surprised. The same chef who told me, who warned me that people don't like spicy food, he was the one who gave me such a nice letter of recommendation that I
Wow.
framed it and I put it alongside my degrees and my medals and all the pictures I posted, and the frame, you see in my restaurant. They all tell the different, times of stories that happen in my life, whether it's Jeddah, whether it's Dubai, whether it's Pakistan, whether it's Saudi. So every picture, every dish that I have introduced has a story behind it.
Yes. Amazing. I just loved it. I love the idea behind it, and I love the way you're leading it. So this is really amazing. And as you said that, your story is so inspiring. Everyone, especially girls, need to know, because here, especially like background people from the background like us, like South Asian and even in Arab culture, uh, women are not encouraged to actually pursue their dreams. But you made it happen, despite that you didn't have support, despite that lots of people actually tried to pull you down, say bad thing. But the thing is that it was your hard work. You were determined to actually pursue your dream, and you made it happen, and that's a big
And
achievement.
Amreen, it's not only outside world, it's your own family, who cannot
Yes.
relate to you. My own, siblings, my own mom was not happy when I was leaving my kids. When my husband was with me, he said, I will support you, don't worry. I had, full-time maid who was taking care of my little one, and other, 2 adults. They were already studying in Canada. They are in Canada. They are, taking the degree. I
Mm.
was sitting in Ottawa. My brother, my sister, my kids were in Toronto. I didn't have a chance to meet them until unless I get some small break. So I used to fly or sometimes take train. I go spend some 2 to 3 days. But mostly I was in kitchen. It's very, very difficult and you get depressed, a lot of time, especially the Canadian weather. It was extreme winter, December, November, Jan, Feb. That was the time when I was all alone and doing everything on my own. So I was very, very shaky. I was very, very upset whether I will get the degree, whether I will be able to pass. There were so many fear. And one thing, I never feared about people. I was never into this idea what people will say if I'm not able to do that. I was
Yeah.
committed to myself, and I was always there to think, what will I say to myself? Whatever I am here to achieve, what if I'm not able to do that? So there was a lot of questions in my mind, but I never try to overcome those
Yeah.
fear on me. I just kept going. I
Yeah.
just kept doing what I feel the best with my husband's support. He used to mentor, he used to call me during the time when I had a break and used to tell me, do this, do that, don't listen. So it's very difficult as a student when you are a student and your teacher is not supportive what you are doing, and then you are standing tall, you are determined, you are showing resilience. My chef was not happy, but I did it. I did it.
Yes, yes, I'm so proud of you the way you did it, and it's really, really an inspiration. So let's move to our the other part of the discussion that just I kept is that food is also a fuel for our body, like physical self, and for the mental health as well. So just tell us about it, that how important it is to have healthy food, and what we should do to, I mean, what are the healthy food, because I think a lot of people don't even know what is healthy food, and let alone the fact that that how it impacts. So just tell us about it.
Food is, it has a profound emotional connection. You cannot say that it's just it just nourishes your body.
Yeah.
Food nourishes your soul also. So what I always recommend, and what I do, the diet platters also. I was doing it in Pakistan. I did 10 years of catering business in Pakistan also. I used to supply the food to restaurants in my vicinity. I used to live in phase 1. So, what I used to do, I always appreciated the people who were on diet, that there should be a balance. There should be a fine balance between the comfort food and the
Yes.
sustainable food. The two
Yes.
things, you know. Sometimes, sometimes you need your comfort food, that can bring the nostalgia back, that can relate to your happy times, that
Yeah.
can take you back to your childhood, to your mom, to your dad, or to your granny, or someone who used to cook a very nostalgic food for you, that brings comfort to your heart, you know so I always tell people that there should be a fine balance. Whatever God has created for us is good, but there should be a fine balance. There should
Yeah.
be a equilibrium. You cannot leave one thing for another. So I
Yeah.
always tell that sustainability with the comfort food, there should be a fine balance. You should take a lot of water during the time. I have a big flask, my flask, my thermos of water is always with me. Whether I'm on station, whether I'm cooking, sometimes you do neglect, but you need to love yourself for everything. You need to
Yes.
love yourself. That is the most important thing people neglect, and people forget. So
Yeah.
loving yourself is the first and the far most important thing for me. If you don't love yourself, if you can't love yourself, you will not get respect from others also. And the same thing happens, and the same thing happened basically for my cuisine also. If we give respect to our cuisine, the people will give respect to your cuisine. So my
Yeah.
idea for the food also, you should give respect to your health, to your body, to your likes. No matter what's going on around you, you should have a me time in your life. And this is very, very important. If you know the word me time. I always post, educational stuffs in my social media platforms. And I always say that me time is very important. Whether you are a chef, whether you are a psychologist like you, whether you are a teacher, whatever field you are associated with, me time is very important. And that is the time when you do your absolute lovable thing. You love, like for me, 2 a.m. If you say, let's go and do some kind of baking shagufa. I will be
Mhm.
more than happy. It's not a burden for me.
Mhm.
Maybe for a lot of people, it will be a crazy idea leaving, your bed and comfortable, cozy bed and going to the kitchen and cooking. It totally depends on you. So there
Yeah.
should be a fine balance between the sustainability and something that brings joy and happiness to your inner self. So it's a matter of emotional bonding, your soul. So generously feed yourself, generously feed your, guests. This is what I do. Whatever I do with love and passion. That's why I always call my food that it's priceless.
Yes, yes. I love that. I absolutely love that what you said about it. And actually, I gathered a couple of I actually got the nugget from out of it. I know just summarize it what you said. But before I actually summarize, you brought a very very important point which actually touched my heart. And this is something that's really really important, that you said that whatever like we make our dish, we, like you said, that you love, you make it with love. And this is so important because the energy we are in at that time, we actually transmute that energy into the food. And that's what make anyone's dish delicious, or or actually all the vibes actually go transfer into your dish anyway. So like whatever the mood you are in, you are giving it, passing on to your, like whoever is eating especially. And that's very important for mothers. Like if I am making any food for my kids, if I make it with love, they will feel it. They will feel it, not necessarily in the taste, but they will have that kind of they will enjoy it. So that's something is so important, that like food is also like when we cook food, it's also a way to transfer our energy and vibes to whoever is eating. And that's why if you say, if you make any food with love and with your passion, it will reflect in your whatever, like whatever the dish you make. So this is one thing. The other thing that
Because,
you also.
there are lots of sensory elements attached to your food: sight, sound,
Yes.
smell, taste. So, this is all psychological. It's not, when you go to dine out, what thing
Mhm.
comes to your mind? You want a nice, cozy food experience. It's not
Yeah.
just that you are eating, the food, the
Yes.
ambience, the overall, the presentation, the flavors. The first moment
Yes.
of truth is when the food is presented in front of you. The hormones get activated. The science tells us that, the moment the food comes in front of you, the saliva started generated, and your whole body, it starts the metabolism. The food science,
Yes.
students, they can relate to what I'm saying right now. So food has a lot of impact on your body, on your, mind. So you cannot say that, food is totally different and psychology is totally different. You can always relate these two things together.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. In fact, it's something that you said, which actually the CEO of Starbucks also said, that what he was saying, that he's not, Starbucks is not just selling coffee; they're selling the experience, because they
Yes.
want their audience, they want their customer to experience the environment, that when they are actually taking a cup of coffee and sipping it. So it's not just the taste, the environment they feel the around them, that what kind of environment they are in. So it's all, everything is interlinked. We can't isolate one thing, that okay, this is something, let's say we're going to eat, let's say biryani today, and then we just eat it. Okay, the taste does have certain impact, but the way we eat it, who has made it, where we are eating it, it makes a whole lot of a difference. So this is everything is interlinked, and we can't separate each and everything. The other thing also you mentioned, very interesting, that we need, there are two things that you said, that food for sustainability and food for the comfort. And comfort, it should, or there should always be a balance. Like some people go on diet and they said cut off everything, which is also not recommended, that you
Not
can't
good.
survive. Yeah,
Exactly.
I always tell them that there has to be like 80% lifestyle and 20% this diet thing, that was something, because whatever they do, it's not something. What they do is like, for let's say for 2 months they did strict dieting, they didn't eat anything, and when they think that okay, they achieved their target, and they say, oh my god, okay, done, and they go back to this. It shouldn't be happening like this.
It's
They
unnatural way, it's
absolutely.
unnatural way. So it cannot be sustainable for longer period of time, and it will deteriorate your health. It will not
Yes.
help you. So that's very important. Balance is very, very important.
Yes, yes, absolutely. And the other thing again, like, because you shared so many wise and wisdom in this discussion, you said that our food has a lot of flavor. It's not only the chili that makes it spicy; it is more flavorful. The mixture of the right blend of the spice gives a very, it makes it very aromatic and flavorful, which is very distinct. And one of the very important thing about our, like, let's say the South Asian cuisine, is that it's very healthy, because the spices we use are all linked with certain health benefit, which no other kind of type of other cuisine takes it. Although it's like there are a lot of other cuisine, I know that some other cuisines also have a lot of health benefit, but our cuisine is, maybe like we are used to it, has so much health benefit. And like a lot of other,
Like,
especially now West
yesterday I
also.
had, I'm just giving you one example. Yesterday I had a Saudi customer, and he loves my lassi. My lassi, you also like it, is my
Yes.
USP, and lots of my guests, they like. This area is very hot, Saudi is very hot, and especially in Makkah when the temperature is 50, people are
Mhm.
dying to have some kind of replenishing and re-energizing, kind of drink. So he is my guest, and he told me that he wants something very nice that can help him, in heartburning, or it's like, in bloating, or in acidity. And I made, our charge, we call it,
Yes.
wo jo,
Yes.
what we call in English, I don't
Yeah.
know, it's called laban in, like,
Yeah,
Arabic,
it's in, but
and we
it's
call it
not in Lebanon. I know it's like it's in Turkey. I had it. It's
Iran.
linked to Iran. Yeah, I
Yeah,
like that
I
one also.
something.
But
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
it's,
But but ours is very, very flavorful. I tried to explain him namkeen lassi, and he said, "What is this?" I said, "Let me make it for you." And he said, "It's Iran." I said, "It's better than that, and you should try."
yes,
And I made the, like, spices, and spices doesn't mean that chili. When I said that there
yes,
are few spices I will add, he said, "No, no, no, I don't want spicy lassi." I said, "No, it's not the spicy lassi. It's
yes,
something that's a blend of so many things, and it will comfort you, and you will not believe." He was so happy. He's a regular,
yes.
like, guest of Jeddah, and he comes sometimes to Makkah also. And that was
Wow.
for the first time he tried my charge. And he said it's very, very comforting. The
Yes,
mint, the ginger, the
yes,
roasted, like, cumin we add, it
yes,
gives the flavor, and it helps
yes,
you in digestion also. So it was
yes,
such a nice experience. It was such a
yes.
nice experience.
Yeah, and that's what exactly I was saying, that it's not just because I know that like the Mediterranean food is also very much healthy, they said, but it's more like linked with what I usually see. It's more like the salad and the veggies, but ours is blend of lots of spices and lots of other things that gives the flavor very distinct, very different and very distinct flavor. So anyways, I know because I love to cook, and so I know that how it is cooked with different spices. So anyways, we can go on and on, but I'm afraid the time is running out. So before I actually close our show, just give us one piece of advice to our audience today, that who wants to okay, I leave it up to you, that just give us any advice that you want to give for our audience.
Uh, you know, the only advice I want to give to everyone who is listening to you at this moment, that I experience myself, you need to stay in your circle of influence. You
Mm,
need to be headstrong. Stay in your circle of influence. Whatever you are good at, keep doing it, and cut the external noise from your life. And
mm,
try to focus. I have seen, and I have experienced the word that I always mention in my interviews or to my people who want to listen to me. When thought becomes things, I
Yes.
have seen in my life the manifestation of my restaurant, my dream that has come true in such a short period of time that everybody is surprised, including me. What I
Yeah.
believe in, when you are focused and when you are keep thinking, having the positive people around you, your universe starts working for you.
Yes.
Everybody around you, things start placing just like a chess board. I have
Yeah.
seen it, I have experienced it. So I always tell everybody, my husband tells my kids that your mom after the age of 40, she is doing so much, so she is getting medals, she is coming from Makkah, giving you the interview right now, thinking
Yes.
about Jeddah. Also, there are so many messages already coming in my WhatsApp. In the morning, Jeddah, drive all the way to Makkah, then coming back to Jeddah. It's a
Yes.
lot of things. But what is my what is my this drive is whatever I'm doing with passion, with honesty, with dedication, with
Yeah.
focus, like horse with blinders. I give
Yeah.
myself the same example. Don't
Yes.
stay in the circle of concern. There's
Yes.
so many people who are talking negative about you. There's so
Yeah.
many people who are jealous of you. Jealousy is there, leg pulling is there. People don't like what you are doing, and they think that their growth is when they pull, other people legs.
Yes.
Leave them. The
Yes.
sooner, the better. Don't
Yes.
sit in the wrong
Table. Yes.
community, in the wrong circle. Keep doing what brings happiness to you, what brings you motivation, inner motivation, outer motivation. Connect yourself with the good people. When you are staying in your circle of influence, the circle of influence, you keep
Yes.
increasing your circle of influence, and in the end, what will happen? The circle of concern will vanish
Yes.
automatically. The people who
Absolutely.
are talking against you, the people who are talking bad about you, don't answer them, because your time is not worth, having those answers. No, just focus. This is what
Yeah.
I have learned. And in these 6 months' time, I learned so much, Amreen. I cannot explain. This time is very limited for that.
I understand. I mean, you are such an amazing person, and you are such a great inspiration for all of us. Like, mashallah, the way you have started your journey and the way you have achieved so many milestones in your life is amazing. It's truly incredible. And every time I look at you, I'm inspired by you, whatever you're doing. And I just said, oh yes, whatever you're doing, I want to do something like you too. So thank you so much for giving us inspirations and and following your passion, because that gives us motivation also, and this gives other people motivation to follow their dreams as well. So thank you for so much for whatever you're doing with your passion, and with and telling everyone that they can achieve if they pursue their passion. So thank you so much for coming and joining and sharing your wisdom with us. It was such a lovely conversation. I learned a lot from you. I always learn a lot from you whenever we have
So
whenever we
much.
have a conversation. So thank you so much. Before I just end this, just tell us that what is the best way to connect with you if anybody who is listening, either live or listening after the recording, how they can connect with you.
You can join my page, Moments by Shagufa. You can post my social handles. I have already posted the link tree, and through that, they can go to my Jeddah location, my Makkah location, all my social handles, Insta, TikTok, Facebook, and they can always call me. I'm just a call away. I have put my phone number also, my restaurant reception number, my own personal number is there on my pages, so your people, your followers can always connect me. No problem, no issues. And thank you so much once again for inviting me.
No, thank you so much. I've already actually shared the links of Insta and Facebook. I think I didn't share TikTok because I didn't know about it. But anyways, I'll share it after that. So whoever is listening, please feel free to connect with Chef Shagufa. She's an amazing person, and I'm sure that if you just visit her restaurant, you would love the food she makes. So I highly recommend that everyone who is listening, please give a visit to her restaurant. Either they are in Jeddah or in Makkah. I haven't visited Makkah yet because I think it's just opened last week.
Yes.
But I will definitely visit hopefully next week, maybe, or maybe within this month. So, anyways, thank you so much. Thanks for all those who are listening to us, who joined us live, or who actually joined, who watched us recording. So, thank you so much, and hope to see you next week. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.